The Shadow Lines, by Amitav Ghosh, is a novel that explores the interconnectedness of people across time, space, and borders. The story is narrated by an unnamed protagonist who reflects on his childhood experiences and family history. The novel is set in India, England, and Bangladesh, and follows the lives of two families connected by friendship and history. One family, based in Calcutta, is headed by the narrator's grandmother, who has a close relationship with an English family, the Prices. The other family, based in Dhaka, is headed by the narrator's uncle, Tridub. As the narrator grows up, he becomes increasingly fascinated by Tridub's stories of his travels and experiences, particularly his memories of Dhaka during the turbulent period leading up to the creation of Bangladesh in 1971. Through Tridub's stories, the narrator begins to understand the complexities of identity, history, and nationalism. One of the key themes of the novel is memory, and how it shapes our understanding of the past. The narrator's memories of his childhood are inextricably linked to his family and their shared history. His grandmother's relationship with the Prices is based on a shared history that is both personal and political, and this history has shaped the lives of all the characters in the novel. The novel also explores the impact of historical events on ordinary people. The creation of Bangladesh in 1971 is a major focus of the novel, and Ghosh shows how this event affected people on both sides of the border. The violence and political unrest that took place during this period are described in vivid detail, and the personal connections and relationships that were affected by these events are explored in depth. One of the most memorable characters in the novel is Tridub, the narrator's uncle. Tridub is a complex and fascinating character, and his stories of his travels and experiences provide a window into the wider world. Through Tridub's eyes, the narrator sees the beauty and complexity of the world, but also its violence and injustice. Tridub's memories of Dhaka are colored by his own biases and desires, and the narrator's understanding of those events is similarly influenced by his relationship with Tridub. Similarly, the narrator's grandmother's relationship with the Prices is based on a shared history that is both personal and political. Another key theme of the novel is identity, and how it is shaped by history and personal experience. The characters in the novel are all grappling with questions of identity and belonging, and Ghosh shows how these questions are complicated by historical events and political ideologies. For example, the narrator's grandmother identifies strongly as an Indian, but her relationship with the Prices complicates this identity. Similarly, Tridub's experiences in Dhaka challenge his own sense of identity and belonging. The narrator himself is also grappling with questions of identity, as he tries to make sense of the world around him. Throughout the novel, Ghosh uses rich, descriptive language to evoke the sights, sounds, and smells of the places and events he describes. His writing is vivid and engaging, and he creates a sense of intimacy and connection with his characters that draws the reader in. The novel is structured as a series of interconnected stories and memories, and Ghosh weaves these stories together in a way that is both artful and effective. The different threads of the narrative come together in a powerful and moving conclusion that leaves a lasting impact on the reader. Overall, The Shadow Lines is a powerful meditation on the ways in which our lives are shaped by the events of history, and the bonds that connect us across time and space. It is a moving and thought. Here's a summary of some of the key incidents in The Shadow Lines, by Amitav Ghosh. The novel begins with the narrator's childhood memories of his grandmother's relationship with the English family, the Prices. The narrator is fascinated by the stories his grandmother tells him about the Prices, and this fascination sets the stage for the rest of the novel. The narrator's uncle, Tridub, is introduced as a central figure in the novel. Tridub is a world traveler and a scholar, and he regales the narrator with stories of his travels and experiences. Tridub's stories are one of the main ways that the narrator learns about the wider world and the complexities of history and politics. Tridub's memories of Dhaka, the capital of East Pakistan, during the 1960s and 1970s are a major focus of the novel. Through Tridub's stories, the narrator learns about the political unrest that took place during this period, as well as the personal connections and relationships that were affected by these events. One of the most memorable incidents in the novel is Tridive's encounter with an old man in Dhaka who is searching for his son. The old man's son disappeared during the political violence in Dhaka, and the old man has spent years searching for him. Tridive's encounter with the old man is a poignant moment that highlights the human toll of political violence. The creation of Bangladesh in 1971 is a major event in the novel, and Ghosh vividly describes the violence and political upheaval that took place during this period. The narrator's family is affected by the events in different ways, and the novel shows how historical events can shape our understanding of the world. The narrator's trip to London to visit the Prices is another key incident in the novel. During his visit, the narrator learns more about the history of the Price family and the complex relationships between the Indian and English characters in the novel. The visit also leads to a climactic confrontation between the narrator and his English friend, Nick. The novel ends with a powerful meditation on memory and the ways in which our lives are shaped by the events of history. The narrator reflects on his own memories and experiences, and on the stories that he has heard from Tridub and his family. The novel ends on a hopeful note, with the suggestion that the bonds of human connection can transcend the divisions of history and politics. Overall, The Shadow Lines is a novel that is rich in incident and detail. Ghosh's evocative descriptions of people, places, and events bring the world of the novel to life, and the novel's structure as a series of interconnected stories and memories creates a sense of intimacy and connection between the reader and the characters. Here's a summary of some of the key characters in The Shadow Lines by Amitav Ghosh. The narrator. The novel is narrated by an unnamed protagonist who grows up in Calcutta and later moves to London. The narrator is fascinated by stories and memories, and he is particularly interested in the relationships between his family and the English Price family. As he grows older, the narrator becomes increasingly aware of the complexities of history and politics, and he reflects on the ways in which our understanding of the world is shaped by our memories and experiences. Tridub. The narrator's uncle Tridub is a central figure in the novel. Tridub is a world traveler and a scholar, and he has a deep understanding of history and politics. He regales the narrator with stories of his travels and experiences, and his memories of Dhaka during the 1960s and 1970s are a major focus of the novel. Tridive's insights into the workings of power and politics are a key influence on the narrator's understanding of the world. Ela is the narrator's cousin and Tridive's sister. She is intelligent and independent, and she has a close relationship with the narrator. Ela's experiences during the political unrest in Dhaka are a major focus of the novel, and her courage and resilience in the face of violence and chaos are an inspiration to the other characters. May Price is the daughter of the English family that the narrator's grandmother was friends with. May is a key figure in the novel's exploration of the relationships between the Indian and English characters, and her interactions with the narrator and his family reveal the complex dynamics of colonialism and post-colonialism. Nick is May's brother, and he is the narrator's closest friend in London. Nick is a complex character, and his interactions with the narrator reveal the tensions and contradictions of the English relationship to India and the wider world. The narrator's grandmother is a central figure in the novel's exploration of memory and history. She has a deep understanding of the complex relationships between the Indian and English characters, and her memories of the past shape the narrator's understanding of the world. Overall, the characters in The Shadow Lines are complex and nuanced, and their interactions and relationships reveal the complexities of history and politics. Ghosh's vivid descriptions of the characters' experiences and emotions create a sense of intimacy and connection between the reader and the characters, and the novel's exploration of memory and history gives the characters a depth and richness that makes them truly unforgettable. Please like, share, subscribe our channel.